Okay, hey y'all, good morning. So as you know by now, my plane got canceled, like my flight got canceled, so I'm leaving now on Wednesday. But I just wanted to share that, so I've been in this bubble of like, you know, just feeling good and content, and life has honestly been good. Like I feel good. I was talking to my friend this morning and you're talking about how it's like, a sort of rebirth is happening, kind of like what I was explaining yesterday. And it feels a bit, certain layers of me and us, I guess, because she's going through a similar thing, are like shedding off, and we're now honing in on the things that, you know, are important to us now and make us feel good and just, you know, are just part of that healing journey. Everything we've been working on is like finally blossoming, and we're seeing it in different ways. That's felt really amazing. And one of those actually came up today because this morning I got some information that upset me a little bit, and I could tell that like my whole body, because like when you're upset, you know, your whole body kind of, you feel it, like just everything kind of like hurts in a strange way. My first thought was I'm mad at this person, like I hate this person. And then I had to collect myself. I paused. I was in the middle of a conversation with my mom actually. I ended up going outside, you know, without my phone, anything. And I just like, I started breathing. I felt the reaction. So I was like, okay, how we're going to act on it now is we're going to go outside, get some fresh air and breathe and calm down. Because you can't do anything if your mind is like, you know, anxious or upset or like too much is going on up here. So you have to calm that first to then make a rational next steps, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm working on setting boundaries and being able to say no to things if it's something that doesn't make me feel good. My initial reaction of being upset with this person had to do with they were crossing a boundary. And my next step was going to be me having to, you know, stand my ground for myself, stand up for myself and say that's not a boundary I'm willing to, you know, let someone cross. So I internalized that. I said, okay, like that's what's going on here. I'm acknowledging that my feelings are okay. They made sense because it was something I didn't want to have to confront. I didn't want to have to deal with it. So I was like, okay, like you're fine. This isn't going to ruin the, you know, acquaintanceship, friendship, whatever with this person. You just need to be honest though. Like you need to honor yourself. You need to respect yourself, and you're going to message them back and let them know that that's not something you can do. And I was able to use the tools that I've been working on to literally calm myself down, rationalize what was going on, figure out what was going on, get to the root of it. And now I know the next steps to take. Self-actively healing, because that's what it's called. Watched a video the other day of someone saying that you're actively healing. And that's to say that like, you know, you're constantly working on it no matter what. And you're going to have days no matter what that aren't the best. You're not going to have a good day every single day just because you're healing. Like, the whole point of healing is you're bringing up stuff that you are too afraid to tap into, or you push down for so long, or just, you know, the parts that hurt the most is what you're healing from. So no shit, not every day is going to be good. That's my point. But anyways, I'm getting dressed now because we're going to go Barnes & Noble so I can get my second book, because I finished my book yesterday, which was really exciting because that book was so good. Like it was one of those books where you could not put it down. Like I kept turning the page. Like I just was so into the damn book. And so I'm going to get the second one because it's a series, thank God, because I was like, there's no way I could end here. So every time you travel somewhere, my mom's favorite gift to get back from someone is a mug. So her friends and family will always surprise her with a mug from wherever they're from. Now, normally it's supposed to, you know, literally say where it's from, but I couldn't find any Florida mugs. So I just got a cute mug while being in Florida. Hopefully that's enough. I was gonna look at the ones at the airport, but you know the airport be expensive as hell. It's always so expensive. So I got her this one. So I know she'll love it. Okay, I got my book. I got my book. And I cannot wait to read this. Oh my God. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Okay guys, I have a meditation class in 10 minutes. So I'm just out here. I'm on a blanket or towel. And I also brought my journal because usually after meditation, I like to just like reflect. So I have my journal here, and then it's live streamed, so my iPad is in front of me here. But I don't even know if I'm gonna do the yoga class afterwards because I literally just want to read my book. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna choose to just read my book after, unless for some reason after meditation I'm like, oh, I want to move my body. But we'll see. Okay. Bye guys. Sending you my love.
As always, I'll remind you that these first few breaths within the meditation practice are our way of just checking in. Something I explored in my own practice today was not letting this idea of meditation get the best of me. I think sometimes when we sit in meditation, we have this image of a perfect, quiet solitude where we can really do a lot of inner work. And some days it just isn't like that. Some days the mind is super racing and jumping from one thing to the next. Some days your own home is very loud and there's a lot of things happening. And that's okay.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna journal, but I want to talk first. So that meditation, it was so crazy how much it aligned with what literally just happened in my life, like in this moment. Because before I came out here to do this meditation, I actually told myself, I'm gonna do meditation today in the room. And strictly because I was like, oh, it's gonna be quieter, there's gonna be no distractions, and I can actually meditate. Because being out here, I would be distracted by the wind, the birds, the squirrels, the cars going by, yada, yada, yada. And it's so crazy that, so I forced myself to come out here because I was like, no, like, your meditation practice you can do anywhere, and I think it's more of a challenge being able to do it outside where you're most distracted. Like, this is where I want to learn how to get a deeper connection while having a million things going on. And so it was crazy to me that that was literally part of her topic of conversation, because she brought up a story about a monk who was traveling with his teacher on a train, and every time the train stopped, he got off to meditate and then got back on. And the teacher ended up telling him, like, your meditation is the train, your life is the train, like, you know, you're supposed to stay on and meditate there. I thought that was so crazy, because it seems like whenever we want to find that peace and quiet and work on ourselves, we try to do it in the place that's easiest to do it, if that makes sense. And we don't, like, try to challenge ourselves and do it in an environment that is, like, a bit more challenging. This is literally what just happened to me. I was going to stay in the room where it was quiet, and I decided to come out here. Now, granted, it was definitely hard for me to meditate. I was doing well in the beginning, but then the chatter of the animals was kind of, you know, I was losing focus. Then my foot fell asleep, and one of the things she said was try to focus on the things that are distracting you, in the sense of whatever noise that's going on around you. So like for me, it was the birds that just couldn't stop squawking. I ended up honing in on that noise, and for some reason that did help. I was like breathing as they were talking or squawking, whatever, and it helped for a little bit. It was the like leaves crunching of the squirrels that kept pulling me out. But I still had moments in that meditation where I was able to say, I am grateful for where I am. I can't believe that I'm meditating in Florida next to a pool. There are a lot of like random moments I had to myself where I was just like, wow, life is really beautiful, and things are working out, and stuff that I had planned on doing and thought I could never do, I'm doing it. Like, I'm in the middle of it. I bought a plane ticket for myself. I flew solo for the first time. Like, all these firsts are happening, and they've brought me to places I feel can experience things like this. So I just had a moment of being proud of myself and knowing that, like I said, it's totally fine that I got distracted. It's okay that my foot fell asleep, and that the birds and stuff and nature was just doing its thing. I mean, that's an everyday thing. So even though I was distracted, I still got a moment to just be here, to just exist, to breathe. I got time to just sit and breathe. Okay, I was just journaling, as you saw, and something I came to terms with was something I realized is, so part of the key to meditation is being able to quiet the mind. Like being able to kind of redirect your thoughts. I'm so distracted by the outside world right now. Being able to notice your thoughts, but then let them pass through. So you're working through that. That's what you're doing in your meditation. You're working through those passing thoughts. In some meditations, there's a million different ways to meditate, but originally that's what you're doing. Just so you can come to a state where it's like quieter. You're not getting rid of them necessarily, or, you know, like it's not like they're never gonna come back ever again, but you are finding ways to quiet them for a moment, for a half hour, for an hour, for as long as you possibly can. And so even though there was a lot of chatter going on outside of my mind, oh, there's a little bunny. That was so cute. It just really softly, like, and slowly hopped down from the bushes over there. Hi, bunny. Anyways, what's interesting is there was no chatter in my mind. I didn't have any chatter in my mind. My mind was pretty quiet. I was more focused on the outside distractions. So that was probably the first meditation I've done in a while where I wasn't in my head. And it was actually pretty quiet in here. I think the only thought that kind of ran through was, oh my gosh, these birds are making so much noise. But other than that, I was pretty, like, my mind's pretty quiet. So I thought that was noteworthy. Every time I say noteworthy, if you've watched New Girl, there was a scene, oh my god, the bunny, I've never, like, watched a bunny clean itself. Anyways, yeah, there's a scene where the boys are going on their road trip or whatever, and one of the things they said was noteworthy, and they shouted, noteworthy! So now whenever I say something's noteworthy, that's the scene that comes into my head. I'm like, noteworthy.